The proposed congestion charge for vehicles on EDSA is causing quite a stir among drivers, with many pushing back against the idea. Interior Secretary John Vic Remulla is pitching the plan to get more people to ditch their cars and take public transport instead. But not everyone is opposed. Some motoring experts say it could actually work if done right.
If we see how other governments have done it, congestion charges work for as long as, number one, public transportation options will remain. I think that's the first key thing. Second is that if they're going to charge private vehicles on EDSA, it has to be done correctly.
I think it's better to limit it to certain business districts rather than EDSA itself. And tsaka the problem with congestion charges, it may be expensive for one part of the population, but it may be, a small fee for the more affluent users of cars.
With car sales expected to rise this year, Rosas notes that there's little effort to reduce the number of vehicles on the road.
There's no encouragement for carpooling, and there's no limits currently placed on how many cars a family can own, which syempre, when you have two cars, you can pretty much override the number coding system. So bale wala siya.
Senator Grace Poe recently suggested that the best way to get people out of their cars is to ensure public transport is smooth and reliable. And Ang agrees.
The moment your public transportation system is very good, people don't tend to use their vehicles. They tend to take public transportation, and then they have their private vehicles that they can use when they go out of town. So I can imagine a scenario like that, very similar here in the Philippines, if the government is able to implement it correctly.
The MMDA has also acknowledged that rolling out the congestion charge without better transport options could be a tough sell. The agency also warned of heavier traffic on EDSA throughout the year due to repairs that will start next month. Another hot topic is the removal of the EDSA busway to add an extra lane for cars. The Transport Department and the MMDA have conflicting opinions on this, but the former already said the dedicated bus lane will stay. And experts agree.
It's been working for years now. Pag ibinalik natin yan sa dati, maraming possibilities like road rage again and reckless drivers. So magiging magulo po ang EDSA ulit.
With the EDSA busway kasi, we've seen that mas controlled ng flow. Pati yung pag-dispatch ng buses is more controlled. And for that, I think the government should actually look into that first. I think mas malaking advantage in keeping the bus lane than removing it.
From congestion charge to the fate of the busway and the two-wheel lane, all these ideas are part of a broader traffic management plan recently discussed with President Bongbong Marcos. Now the big question, will these plans help ease Metro Manila's legendary traffic mess or just add to the gridlock? For BNC Mobility, Gie Barroga.